The Supreme Court today issued a notice to the Congress Party President Rahul Gandhi asking him to explain how he attributed chowkidar chor hai jibe to the apex court when they had said no words to this effect. The BJP accused Rahul Gandhi of being a serial liar. The Congress hit back saying that it's actually the BJP that twisted Rahul Gandhi's words. Anisha Mathur was at the Supreme Court and brings us the latest.
The BJP today hit back at the Congress Party President Rahul Gandhi after Supreme Court issued a notice to him in response to a contempt petition filed by BJP MP and lawyer Minakshi Lekhi. The BJP accused Rahul Gandhi of misquoting the Supreme Court and trying to prejudice the Rafale review petition.
Since these words have not been uttered by the court, Rahul Gandhi should explain by Monday as to how and under which circumstances and whose instance he used this language, and by Tuesday the matter will be heard.
Rahul Gandhi's remarks after the Supreme Court admitted the review petition had the BJP up in arms. Rahul Gandhi claimed that the Supreme Court too had agreed with his chowkidar chor hai jibe at Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने क्लियर कर दिया है कि चौकीदार जी ने चोरी करवाई. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने एक्सेप्ट किया है कि राफेल मामले में कोई ना कोई करप्शन, कोई ना कोई भ्रष्टाचार हुआ है.
The Supreme Court bench, comprising Chief Justice of India, Ranjan Gogoi, and Justices Deepak Gupta and Sanjeev Khanna observed, "We make it clear that views, observations, findings attributed to this court in the alleged speeches, remarks made by Gandhi to the media or public have been incorrectly attributed to this court." Unquote. The BJP sharpened its attack on Rahul Gandhi, claiming that since the Congress rule was filled with instances of corruption, the Congress was desperate to make one charge of graft stick on the Modi government, even if it was fake.
No politician in India has spoken so much lie continuously, and this is what Rahul Gandhi is doing, because their tenure was mired by corruption, everyday scam, coal scam, 2G scam, CWG scam, GJG scam, Antric scam, every scam.
The Congress jumped to Rahul Gandhi's defense.
तो कारण बताओ नोटिस आप आश्वस्त रहें कि व्यापक रूप से, विस्तृत रूप से हम देंगे और हम ये बताएंगे उच्चतम न्यायालय को कि किस प्रकार से इस वक्तव्य को बीजेपी ने विकृत किया है.
Rahul Gandhi now has to file his response by 22nd April, and the matter comes up for hearing on 23rd April.
After the initial Rafale hiccups, the BJP once again has the weapons to bombard the Congress party. With the Supreme Court taking a strict view of Rahul Gandhi's remarks, the Congress leader will have to give an explanation and an apology to the apex court. Question is, what impact will this now have on the ongoing poll propaganda? In New Delhi, with video journalist Faizan, this is Anisha Mathur for India Today.
Joining me now on the broadcast is the petitioner and BJP MP Minakshi Lekhi. Minakshi Lekhi, how is this contempt of court? Can this be argued that Rahul Gandhi was perhaps interpreting the court order?
So it's not a question of interpretation, it's giving words and replacing words of the court order by his own words. That's what he has done. He has categorically stated, chowkidar chor hai, court ne kaha. Now show me a single line in the court order where any such word or cognizance has been taken, or any letter which he has spoken is written in the order. Then he said, chowkidar Narendra Modi chor hai. Show me one line in the order or even interpretation of that. Then he said 30,000 crore रुपया दिया गया है, ऐसा कोर्ट ने कहा. Where is that? The court was seized of the matter. Few documents were supposed to be produced before the court. Attorney took the objection that these documents which have been procured by theft cannot be produced before the court because it's not a good piece of evidence. The court in its...
Give me a moment. You allege by saying chowkidar chor hai, Rahul Gandhi is trying to prejudice the case. How?
So the court is seized of the matter. The matter is still before the court. Court has not even taken a decision. He is prejudicing public opinion against the court. Is prejudicing public opinion, stating that this is what the court has said, whereas court has not even said this, and that clarification court has itself given today, that we were seized of the matter. Few documents were produced before us. Attorney took an objection that these documents cannot be taken on record because these are uncertified, unverifiable, and procured through theft. The court said, okay, we'll take it on record and we'll look into them.
So that's a separate aspect.
This particular statement has been made to look. The court has taken a final call. Court has said chowkidar chor hai, or a theft has been committed, or a wrongdoing has happened. Now none of those things have happened in the case.
Okay. Now,
from where does the interpretation come?
Okay, Minakshi Lekhi, is your fight legal, or is this a political fight between the BJP and the Congress? Are you trying to gag Rahul Gandhi through a legal route, ma'am?
Now, the allegations according to Congress are not sticking. They have repeatedly faltered. It's impossible to make a daft person understand the meaning of offset. What amount, in fact, there's been shouting, yelling 30,000 crore and God knows what all figures. If you look at, if anybody has some sanity and understanding of law or technicalities, a deal worth, I don't know, few hundred crore has gone to a Pipava firm which already was building the noses of the plane. Now, that's a different argument which I'm not going to take today. There's a very simple question which is before the country, and that simple question is, there's something called democratic traditions. There's something called constitutional morality and constitutionally good behavior. And this kind of conduct by a person who chooses to be in public view, who wants to represent the people inside the parliament, either lacks that basic understanding or has completely chosen to manipulate it.
But
now, if he's chosen to manipulate it,
is the Supreme Court accepting a review petition, Minakshi Lekhi, a setback for the government in the first place? Does it, prima facie, does it indicate irregularities as alleged? He's alleging corruption. Rahul Gandhi is alleging corruption. But does it indicate at least irregularities?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Court is accepting because a few documents, they said, are not before the court.
Okay.
All right, court is looking into those matters. Court will look into those matters and communicate its order. Now, while the matter is pending, he starts spreading a canard. Chowkidar chor hai, chowkidar chor hai. On what basis? Are khud to bail pe ho yaar. Out of 4 members, allow me to complete my sentence, Gaurav. Out of 4 adults in a family, 3 are on bail. When 4th will go to jail, we don't know. And this is the kind of himakat they are trying to show to the Supreme Court order. Anyone who has any training of any kind, either in administrative work or in judicial work or in court process or is connected to government or has handled any responsibility in life, will not do this to any court order.
Okay, fair enough.
No court, I mean, you understand, you know, court as an independent institution has its own place in the social system. You can't just do this kind of thing.
Okay, Minakshi Lekhi, we'll let the Supreme Court, decide on this. This also is a big political fight. For the moment, Minakshi Lekhi, many thanks for joining me. But has the Supreme Court saying, we did not say what is being attributed to us, taken the sting out of Rahul Gandhi's Rafale attack? And is Rahul Gandhi in contempt of court? Joining me now on the broadcast is Sanjay Jha, spokesperson of the Congress Party. Amit Malviya represents the BJP. Vikas Singh is former Additional Solicitor General. He joins us for legal perspective. But I first want to go to my colleague Anisha Mathur. Anisha, you were in court. Did the court say that we never said chowkidar chor hai? We didn't say anything that Rahul Gandhi attributed to the Supreme Court. What did the Chief Justice of India say?
Well, Gaurav, a very simple statement coming from the Supreme Court today that whatever has been attributed to us has been wrongly attributed. And next, what the court has said that no views or observations or findings should be attributed to the court in a political statement in public discourse as long as that view is not specifically there in the court records. So the court both making it clear that we did not say that chowkidar chor hai and saying that politicians should not misvote.
Sanjay Jha, Supreme Court said we did not say chowkidar chor hai, what Rahul Gandhi attributed to them. This is a setback for the Congress party, sir. BJP says Rahul Gandhi is a liar and he's been exposed by the Supreme Court, Mr. Jha.
Gaurav, let me answer you very quickly. When did the Supreme Court say that the Narendra Modi government has been given a clean chit on the Rafale transaction, as they claimed? Narendra Modi is on record to giving interviews to several TV channels saying, I'm innocent because Supreme Court has actually given me a clean chit. I want to ask this question of this famous Supreme Court lawyer. Kahan Supreme Court ne bola hai that you have been given a clean chit?
Right.
That is
I'll
their
take that question to the BJP.
Which
but
is
may I request you to respond on Rahul Gandhi saying chowkidar chor hai, attributing it to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court said हमने ऐसा कुछ नहीं बोला.
Yeah. Let me answer that. We will give a complete legal reply. Don't worry about that. But let me make the fundamental point. Earlier Narendra Modi and the BJP claims they got a clean chit from the Supreme Court. When the review petition was heard and the Supreme Court realized that the government had lied to the Supreme Court on the CAG report, the government had misled the Supreme Court on the fact that the
so you're again
was not
taking it to the government, not answering on Rahul Gandhi saying chowkidar chor hai, which was not said by Supreme Court. But let me take your point to Amit Malviya of the BJP. Amit Malviya, Supreme Court may not have said chowkidar chor hai, but the point that Sanjay Jha makes...
Mr. Rahul Gandhi has said, just 30 seconds, 30 seconds.
Let's have a conversation and I'll also bring in Mr. Vikas Singh.
30 seconds. So what
I'll also bring in Vikas Singh. Sir, let's have a conversation.
What Mr. Rahul Gandhi said is
the fact that Supreme Court accepted the documents, Amit Malviya, does that prima facie indicate guilt as claimed by the Congress? And as Sanjay Jha says, Supreme Court ne ye bhi to nahi kaha it's a clean chit to Narendra Modi government.
Well, Gaurav, very quickly, the Supreme Court's judgment is for everybody to read, and it is very clear in stating that they have found no violation as far as price, process or offset is concerned. Now, I'm not quite sure how to explain this to anybody in the Congress party and certainly Rahul Gandhi, because he's a person who refuses to understand. Perhaps it's his inability to understand things. The second very critical thing is that it is perhaps for the first time that the Supreme Court has actually filed what you call a criminal contempt against the president of a leading political party. Now that should be a matter of shame for the Congress party, and you have a situation where Congress spokespersons are coming out of the way trying to defend Rahul Gandhi. Now I understand it's their job, but the reality is that the Supreme Court has not taken it lying down, and they have definitely made it very clear that whatever Rahul Gandhi is attributed to them is not what he said.
Minakshi Lekhi, your party MP, but Vikas Singh, if Rahul Gandhi had attributed, you know, when he said Supreme Court ne kaha chowkidar ji ne chori karwai, Supreme Court says we did not say anything of this sort. Is Rahul Gandhi in contempt of court or wrongly quoting the Supreme Court? Vikas Singh?
Actually, there is a more fundamental issue involved in this whole thing. And I personally feel that none of the political parties should use the Supreme Court in its political agenda. Because that is really, I'm telling you, a death knell for democracy. And I personally feel that Rahul Gandhi, if whatever he wants to say to the Prime Minister, but he can't say that the Supreme Court has said this. And that is where any political party, if it wants to say that Supreme Court has said this, then they have to be very clear. It should be in the written order. In fact, even an oral observation can't be quoted. The Supreme Court itself has said that oral observations can't be quoted anywhere. It should be there in the written order, and if there is not, it is not there in the written order, then it is actually doing something very dangerous. Because what happens,
Anisha, in court
ultimately
itself,
you undermine the institution which is the Supreme Court.
one undermines the institution of the Supreme Court.
You use the Supreme Court, for your political purpose.
But politically, the BJP is already saying, Anisha, that Supreme Court has taken the sting out of Rahul Gandhi's attack. Supreme Court is calling, as the BJP puts it, Rahul Gandhi a liar.
Well, that is a political discourse that is now going on, Gaurav. But the Supreme Court has very clearly put out a sort of a warning for everyone, not just Rahul Gandhi, saying that political statements should not be attributed to the court, that no person, no views, observations or findings should be attributed in a political statement by any person. So it is not just with regard to Rahul Gandhi, but as our guest was also just saying, that court should not be dragged into politics.
Okay, and Sanjay Jha, Arun Jaitley has launched a frontal attack. Arun Jaitley says judiciary doesn't permit a dynast to rewrite court orders, to manufacture a court order for political propaganda is a new low for the Congress party, Mr. Jha.
Gaurav, Arun Jaitley has just made a fool of himself when he questioned Mr. Rahul Gandhi on his MPhil degree. So Mr. Jaitley is kindly advised to take rest and write his nonsensical blogs. I don't want to even respond to his outrageous nonsense. Let me answer your question. What is a fact? The fact is there is a word called corollary. There's a word called inference. There is a word called reasoning. If the same Supreme Court, according to the BJP, had given them a clean chit, which they had not, that if the Supreme Court is reviewing the document, Mr. Gandhi's reference was, and we know that chowkidar, chor, we will investigate him. We will criminally investigate him after the change in government, because we know Rafale is a monumental fraud on the taxpayers of India. So Mr. Gandhi's reference is obviously to the fact that the Supreme Court is reviewing it. Narendra Modi will stand exposed.
Which Supreme Court said is unacceptable. Amit Malviya, but is your aim to attempt to gag Rahul Gandhi legally? You want him to stop saying chowkidar chor hai jibe. You are attempting to gag him. Congress says because this jibe is sticking, sir. Amit Malviya.
Gaurav, first of all, Mr. Arun Jaitley's IQ is more than the collective IQ of the Congress party put together.
Even in an
the
IPL
second
match,
point on Rahul Gandhi, he's not cutting any eyes with anybody. His narratives have no takers. Nobody believes his talk on Rafale, and now the Supreme Court has wrapped him on his knuckles. He will have to respond to the Supreme Court and face the burnt. The fact is that he's a man who has brought disgrace to public discourse. He's somebody who has no place in civilized discourse, let alone one that is political or legal. Rahul Gandhi is the worst kind of politician that this country has seen.
Is there merit in the BJP saying Rahul Gandhi is creating and peddling fake news? Supreme Court never said chowkidar chor hai.
Well, can I answer your question, Gaurav?
I will not
Mr.
get into
Rahul
this
Gandhi,
political
is anybody with any common sense? Only the BJP
parties.
Is so.
But I'll tell you one thing,
anyway.
that when you want to make a statement,
yes,
can I?
Yes,
when
kindly.
you want to make a statement of a particular political party alleging something against him, you do it on your own. There is no difficulty. I mean, you can do it politically, and you have every right to do it and take whatever action if you want to, supposing, come to power later. But please don't attribute that Supreme Court has said something unless the Supreme Court does it in the written order. That's all that I'm saying.
Sanjay Jha, is that a lesson then? Is that a lesson?
The people of this
not just for Rahul
country
Gandhi,
have a
but
lot
for
of faith in
netas in
this
future?
institution. If you are using the word Supreme Court,
yes,
then don't use that word unless there is a clear-cut order of the Supreme Court on that subject.
If anybody needs to take a lesson, if anybody needs to take a lesson in terms of how to interpret a Supreme Court judgment, it should be the BJP. I want to ask this question of Modi, Amit Shah and Minakshi Lekhi. Where did the Supreme Court say that they have given you a clean chit?
Fair enough.
You have been lying to the people
This
of
is
India.
when Rahul Gandhi responds on the 22nd. This matter comes up on 23rd. We shall take it forward.
Now you are accusing Mr. Gandhi, who's only made an inference.
Okay, we shall take it forward on the 23rd. Anisha Mathur and our team will be tracking the story very closely. To all my guests, many thanks for joining me. I've run out of time on this debate.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.